So welcome in here, everyone, to this webinar extraordinaire to walk with me across the lands of the UK and over the waters to Ireland on this epic journey, on this epic day, portal of the full moon. So please do let me know, where are you calling in from? And it really is lovely to see your faces, to see your names in this format as well. Some of you have already seen you this morning on our Magdalene meditation. So yeah, pop it in the chat. Where are you dialing in from around the globe? And it really helps us then take a moment to connect to each other and to our energies here as well. So welcome, welcome. Hello, Michelle, and I know you are in the UK. Hello, Christine from Colorado. Hi, Eva from Dublin, my own hometown. Hello, Rose from Austria. Laurie from Jonesborough. Michelle's in Suffolk. Hello, Joe from Bariloche in Argentina. Gorgeous to have our Southern Hemisphere represented here. Hello, June, Ontario, Canada. Joan in Spring Lake, New Jersey. Janine, greetings from California. Hello, Jennifer from Houston, Texas. Wonderful to see you. Hello, T-Stone from Long Beach, California. Judy from Boulder, Colorado. Hi, Leslie Ann in the UK. And Rama from Jacksonville, North Florida. Rebecca, the Sierra Nevada mountains in Northern California. Thanks for bringing the mountain energy here as well. Alison from Berlin in Germany. Welcome from Deutschland. And hello, Matthew. Meadows and canyons of Sedona. Oh, gorgeous. Hi, Sam from the Mourne Mountains in County Down. And Anne-Marie in Tipperary, Ireland. Oh my goodness, so many of you. Toronto, Utah, Peru. Hello, Mariana from Peru. Lorene from Trinidad and Tobago. My goodness. We really are a powerful group here today. And thank you. Keep them coming in. Where are you coming in from? Hi, Regina from St. John's in Canada. How are you doing? Lovely to have you here. So what we are exploring today, it basically is, I'm going to invite you in to walk with me into the story of my summer holidays, where we popped into Glastonbury for the first time. Now, many of you've probably been to Glastonbury already, either in this life or past lives. And it felt like such a sacred experience that I wanted to share it with you. So I've got some photos and also a little drink refreshment at the Chalice Well in Glastonbury too. And then on to more south to Cornwall, to Merlin's cave, which was very sacred indeed. So today I invite you to really allow yourself to receive the nourishment of the journey that I'll be taking you on. So you can receive this as a meditation journey if you want to relax back, close your eyes. There will be some photos, but I will be putting this replay on YouTube as well. And hi to everyone watching this in the replay. And the energies are so, so powerful and transformative today that, yeah, this is your opportunity to receive what is yours to receive now. And Regina's just back from 10 days in Glastonbury. How gorgeous. Such powerful energies there. And then I do have a very exciting announcement. Well, I think it's exciting anyway. You can judge for yourselves. I have something new to share with you that has been brewing for actually quite a long time. And it's such a joy that it actually is ready to share it with you today. So I'll be doing that after our journey to the UK, Glastonbury, Tintagel. So settle in, relax, and I am going to share my screen and share some photos for you here. So our first stop off point is the Chalice Wells. And who has been to the Chalice Wells? I'm sure many of you have. And I actually didn't take many photos as we were here. We popped in here with my husband and son, one of our children that came with us, and my dog. And I had been told to go to the springs to fill up on the White Spring and then across the road on the Red Spring. We didn't actually go into the Chalice Wells, didn't have time to do that. But really, the energy is so, so sacred. It was a really hot day, unusually hot. And I filled up on the White Spring water first and drank that. And it's so, so pure, crystalline, calcium water that really helped me connect to the ancient, ancient waters of the Mother. And beside the tap where the water flows freely out, generously, expansively, there's a little cave that you can go in to experience the womb-like nature of this, where this wellspring bubbles up from. And if you've been in there, there's this huge pool that has been created. And there were actually people stripping off, going in, you know, and getting into the water. Like it felt so powerful, the energy, and it was very dark, but just lit by candles all around. And I'd been told by a friend before I went there to make sure that I got my feet in the water of these pure crystalline rivers that were flowing. And the whole floor of the cave, the stone cave, was very smooth from where the water had been flowing over eons for eternity. And so refreshing. So I took off my shoes and socks and walked barefoot on this sacred, in this sacred cave. And as I was walking, the pool that holds the water, it's simply overflowing. It's overflowing. And it really, and there was part of me going, oh my goodness, what if this water stops flowing? Like part of me think this is a waste of water, you know, let's turn off the tap and conserve it a bit. But it was that realization of the overwhelming nourishment of what Mother Earth offers us, and that her well springs are always, always flowing for us to connect to. And I held my hands under where the water was flowing over the pool in the White Spring cave. And it really helped me connect with that overflow of abundance. It was really, really beautiful. So there was a little corner where there were pieces of paper that you could write your intentions. I wrote my intentions. I can't remember what it was. And then they would be burnt and the ashes washed away on that day. So there was no need to hold onto it. And then when I emerged out into the light, I went across the road and filled up on the Red Spring waters. And if anyone has tasted these, there's such a difference to the clear pureness of the White Spring. And then you taste the Red Spring, which is said to be the feminine and has the iron in the water. And there is, you can really taste that irony taste. And personally, I loved them both. But it's funny, as we were walking to the Chalice Wells, such is the generosity of these sacred lands. People had put dog bowls of water outside their houses, you know, all gorgeous, blooming, blossoming flowers in the gardens, and then dog bowls all the way along. And our dog, he doesn't often drink from, you know, public bowls. He's a bit fussy that way, but he lapped up those waters because he knew these are the sacred waters that he, and it was a hot day, that he lapped up as we went along en route to the Chalice Wells. So again, it was that message for me and a reminder of the sheer generosity of heart and openness in this place. So we'd filled up, myself and my husband, and I was telling him, because he hadn't been to Glastonbury either, so I was explaining about the waters and the significance of them. And then we walked up the hill and went through a gate to make our way up to the Tor, which is really where the place I was aiming for, where I really felt called to go. It was like this magnetic pull. So there's Riley. He has to photobomb every single photo And he was racing up and then racing back down to, it was like, come on, we have to get up here to the Tor. It was extremely, extremely windy. And someone told me the other day that it's always windy there. I don't know if that's the case, especially at the top, because it's the energy vortex at the top and these powerful Michael Mary ley lines. So we walked up these steps, and honestly, I felt so much joy and so much happiness being here for the first time in this life. But I've heard so much from people of their experiences going to these sacred lands. And I'm sure we all have been there here in past lives as well. So it felt like a great, great homecoming to be here. And also, I realized that the work that people are doing, perhaps many of you here, has done so much good to the land and cleared it. It felt really clear to me energetically. So I could experience and remember that joy of being on this land, of coming here in pilgrimage, of communing with the Magdalens, of teaching and learning with the Druids, all of this converging in this place. So we walked up. The aim was the Tor, St. Michael's, the tower at the top of this great mound. And I snapped away on the photos, and it was only afterwards, when I was sending them to friends of mine, that I realized on this one, if you can see it, there was like an angelic being overseeing the Tor and the way the light was beaming down with all the people around, and then these little orbs, the emerald green orb as well. And it felt really, really magical walking around the Tor, being inside it and really grounding into the energies there. And you get such a beautiful 360-degree view and all the people. It didn't feel too busy. There were still lots of people coming and going. And here's another one where it gives you more of an idea of, this is what I've crowned the Angel of the Tor. And the light and the colors and the frequency and the resonance, for me, it was pure joy, because horrific things have happened up here. Henry VIII wasn't so kind to the monks that were practicing here and took them all out and killed them. So there have been slaughters and killings that have happened on the Tor. And I expected to feel that, because people have spoken to me about their experiences on top of this mound. And again, it was joy of being here. So perhaps this Angel of the Tor that's overseeing the shenanigans is protecting this space now and keeping it clear. So after that, and fueled on Chalice Well waters, I'll take you further south to the place of Merlin. Now, who has been to Merlin's cave? Let us know in the chat. And still more people coming in. Have you been to Merlin's cave? So this is what is said to be Merlin's cave in Tintagel. So we were going on holidays to North Devon. And again, I knew it was about an hour's drive away to go to Tintagel, and it was another draw of we must go there. So this is, you walk down, it is the hill of the mountain, as I said in one of my emails in Tintagel. So you walk down a very, very steep track. And a little tip, you don't actually have to pay to go down here. There is a track that you can access for free. But if you want to do the whole tour, which we didn't, there is the castle up on the rocks, and you can do the whole tour. And I feel I'll go back and do that another time. But this is the cave. So you walk down here, it's quite steep here. A lot of the rocks and the platform have been washed away because the tide comes right in. But as you walk down, take a left, and there is Merlin's cave. Hang a left on the beach and you'll know, because that's where all the people are gathering. So Merlin and the Merlin energies, I had previously connected with the King Arthur energies 2 years prior when I did one of my summits about the witches reclaiming the round table. Perhaps some of you attended that. And it was about this return to equality, the knights and the witches, the wise ones, weaving and working together in balance, in harmony, in union once again. But Merlin, other than watching the Merlin series on Netflix, I hadn't fully connected to his magical energies. So it felt important to go to the land so that these could be activated within me. So into the cave we went, and my husband and our son had actually come with us. He's 13. He wasn't too happy at having to walk all this way. But they came in as well. In fact, there he is there, Owen. He'd probably kill me for sharing a photo of him, but it's his back. That's him leaving. He's had enough. But this is the mouth of the cave as you walk in, and it is huge, like this great big cathedral, this great big temple. So I was barefoot again, walking in on the sand, and I took this photo, and it was actually like I forgot where I was. I forgot about my family, like even thinking about, oh, they'll be waiting. I forgot everything and became so present within this womb cave, within Merlin's cave. And I took that photo, and it was really to show the light. Like there were all these orbs and the emerald green or the blue light. It was like all these gorgeous little messages, like, yes, spirit is here, the magic, the power is here. Interpret it in whatever way you wish to, that is right for you. But also the light, like look at the white, the pure white light that was streaming in as well. And it felt very cosmic, to be honest. It felt very cosmic, that was streaming in. And this is another, like pillars of light that are coming down. And as I walked in to the cave, I took my seat, and it felt so natural. I took my seat on the rock to the side, and I felt the smoothness again that reminded me of the smoothness of the Chalice Well, the white spring in the Chalice Well. And I sat there and enjoyed. There was he felt really druidic. There was a guy in there that was singing into the cave. So it's actually a tunnel that goes under Tintagel Mountain. So you can go in one end and out the other. And it was interesting when the tide is out. So this is tidal, you have to time it. And he was singing to the other direction out of the cave. And that's another one. I took video footage, but I didn't put it in just because I don't know who he is, and I felt for confidentiality. But it filled the whole cave, and his voice felt poignant. It felt melancholic, and it felt like this call home to the Great Mother for us to plug back into her energies and weave the Merlin magic in with that. So again, masculine, feminine, weaving again as one. And what I found interesting was it was almost like there was this veil of protection from where he was singing out to the other side of the cave, and no one stepped forward. No one went further, as far as I could see, beyond where he was singing. It was almost like this position of respect to pay attention and listen to his voice. So that felt really, really magical. And then I turned to leave and go out, and I saw that there was a cave over the other side of the beach. So this is the other cave now, and where my cursor is Merlin's cave. And then you walk across the beach, say hello, pay homage to the beautiful waterfall that's falling there, clamber along the rocks, which was no bother for Riley, who's there, and into this cave. And there was no one there. Everyone was attracted to Merlin's cave. So I walked in here, barefoot again. And I did feel a little bit anxious because it was very dark and there was no one else in there. So maybe someone was going to jump out at me and trick me, you know. Boom! Merlin was waiting behind the rocks. But I went in, I put my torch on, and it hardly did anything to bring light to the cave. It was that dark. And I stood there, and this was a proper cave. There was no exit on the other side. And I stood there and felt the energies. And honestly, I could feel my feet humming, humming. It was really, really powerful. Can you see these pictures, by the way? Because I realize I've pinned myself. Yeah, I thought maybe you're just seeing me. That's good. Thanks, Tony. It was so resonant and so powerful, and like I could feel the heartbeat of the mother. And I turned to leave back out the mouth of the cave there. And there was this girl walking in, and she had been with the guy that was singing over in Merlin's cave. And she was dressed in creamy white, very priestessy, druidic attire. And she just commented as she was walking in, going, I wonder, is this the real Merlin's cave? And I thought, oh, it feels like it to me. Almost like this one over here is the decoy. We can all go there, and then those who want to venture a bit further can connect with this energy on the other side. And the story of this is it's where Merlin is said to have come upon King Arthur as a baby, and then they began working together. So she walked to the back of the cave, and I was leaving. I wanted to give her her space, and I heard her gasp because she too could feel these energies. And then she began to sound and sing. And I felt like I wanted to come back and be with her and stand by her side and sing with her. But I stopped myself. I thought, this is her sacred moment. I will go out the mouth of the cave. But again, it was so sacred and beautiful. And how we just know what to do, how to be in these sacred spaces. And singing is one of the most beautiful ways of activating the frequencies within us in collaboration with the land. So that was Merlin's cave on both sides. And that is the end of the very whistle-stop tour of the summer holidays. And my son has just come home from school, so he's got the hiccups. So hopefully you can't hear him in the background. So yeah, is there anything that you feel from the photos, the energy? Let us know in the chat of like what this brings up for you energetic wise from going to these places, the Chalice Well, the Tor, the Angel of the Tor, and the resonance of Merlin's cave and going into these two places. My goodness, there's so many of you here. Hello to everyone that's arrived while I was sharing those photos. It's wonderful to have you here. Humming feet. Yes, wow, tell us more. Yeah. It's actually something that I used to feel a lot when I was younger. It almost became an irritation, like when I'd walk along the earth, I'd feel this hum, like the great song of the mother. Does anyone else feel this? The hum of Mother Earth? And then I stopped feeling it. And now it feels like this is coming back. This is coming back, my personal connection to the land and the places that I personally walk. So yeah, that's the humming of the feet. Yeah. The green light at your son's chin. Yeah. Yeah. It felt important that even though he's left the room now a bit grumpy on that day, having to come walk and be with his parents. It felt important actually for him to come in to the cave, and my husband as well. Oh, again, for the energies, and my dog. who's a boy. So it's like these energies coming in to receive the nourishment of the mother. Jennifer's then hearing this through you, Eimear, is enchanting you, pulsating the magic as you speak and share. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. And to be honest, it's what I love to do and share these beautiful moments with all of you here. Heather's saying extremely powerful pictures. I can feel through my whole body. Thank you so much for sharing. You are so welcome. Michelle, what magical adventures. I feel like it's showing me to go deeper. Do not be distracted by the paths others are taking. Yes. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And such beautiful medicine for all of us that we know our path here. The shared pull to these locations to feel the energies ignite and get drawn to other unknown areas. Yeah, I love that, Eva. Beautiful. The earth truly speaks to us in vibration. Yes, Janine, absolutely. And that's, I feel so many of us are feeling that more and more, and why we're being called to go to these sacred places, including the sacredness of our homes where we have chosen to live. Rama's saying the earth is singing her own sacred humming. Yes, the earth song. Joe, I love hearing you. I can actually go where you describe and feel everything, the energies, vibrations, the light. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah. And that is part of my intention, so that we all walk together on this journey. As I said in my email, no one's been left behind unless you really want to be. You know, we're all in this together and we're all walking and weaving together as well, which is beautiful. So that leads me on to, so then after that, actually, I did have the honor of co-hosting a retreat in the Kingdom of Ulster, the royal seat of Macha, and beautiful Jennifer there was with me, sharing this space on these lands. And it was that calling for me home to my birth home of the island of Ireland, and to receive the energies of the north of Ireland, and to sink into the continued healing of the rift that's within and out with as well. And we spent time on Macha's mound. I didn't actually put photos in here, but it feels like she wants to be part of this conversation too. She is the goddess, the horse goddess of death, of war, and of rebirth. And she has a whole story to her, but her energies are so powerful on her sacred site of Awan Macha, where she birthed her twins just before she dies after racing the king's horses. These sacred lands are calling us home, and Ireland in particular for me, I feel is opening her portal and opening her arms to welcome us home now, because she's sharing more of her energies and her frequencies and her wisdom. As part of that retreat, we also went to this stone circle called the Begmore Stone Circle, which I'd never known of or been to before. And that's in County Tyrone in the north of Ireland. It's in this dark sky area. There's very little light pollution, and it's 7 concentric circles. 1,269 stones with this beautiful connection to the Pleiades. And when I stepped on the land there, barefoot, I felt this overwhelming desire to play and to do cartwheels, which I tried and failed, tumbles, to be my star child self and just be really silly around all these stone circles. And I feel that Ireland in particular, for me anyway, with all the bloodshed and the hardship and the severance that has gone on her land, the occupation, the rules of what we shall not do, the suppression of the voice, the Irish language, that now this has been releasing through us, through me, through joy, that we can release through joy. And that is as powerfully healing as all other forms of healing. So yeah, the stones wanted to be brought in today on this powerful full moon day. So would you like to know what my exciting announcement is? We get a drum roll, kind of drum roll. Healing through joy, yeah. Yeah, and those words just came out of my mouth. I hadn't thought about it that way, but it's like the depth of joy is so important now. Because for me personally, growing up, it wasn't always appreciated when I'd be smiling and laughing and cracking jokes in school. It's like, why are you smiling? You're going to get yourself into trouble there. Why express such joy? Well, I love learning and I'm so happy to be here. Dancing and singing ourselves back. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Without further ado, I've been quite busy. Actually, today, I wrote most of this up today in this full moon portal. And what I'm going to share with you, just to keep the suspense for a little bit longer, is something that has been on my heart for many, many years. If you've followed me, you will have walked with me through the search for new kinds of leadership, where the feminine and masculine are in balance within us. You may have experienced with me the very powerful witch awakening on the Lionsgate 2020. And all that helped me personally purge and heal and reconnect with on the lands of Scotland, the Celtic lands of Scotland. And you may have been with me as the witches passed the torch to Bridget, triple goddess, the word maiden, the smith crafter who heals through her primordial well waters of time. And as we took the torch of Bridget, the Magdalens also came in along the journey last year to remind us of the depth of love that we are being called to reconnect with now alongside the joy. So there was the witches, Bridget, the Magdalens, and a confused Eimear going, how do these all connect? And all of them brought me back home to Eru, to Ireland, to the island of Ireland. And having been on retreat there in the other week, and inviting people to the land, it became clearer to me the part of my mission is to bring peace to the island of Ireland, because there are elements simmering beneath the surface, on the surface of discomfort, of that rift that's continuing to play out. And my role through the sacred stories, through the poetry, through the healing arts, is to help this release for good now and bring the peace so that we can connect with these magical ancient codes that are so pure before the time of all the falls of Lemuria, Atlantis. Whatever happened with all of these, we've got memories within ourselves, within our bones. The fears are there, the trauma perhaps, but also we remember the wisdom and the joy and the magic of how we gathered like this. Okay, it wasn't Zoom, but we may have had an ancient technology that was even better than Zoom, where we all communed together. And if not, it was telepathically anyway. Yeah, maybe there was like an Atlantean Zoom that was patented and copyrighted back then. But it all got washed away anyway. But here we are back again. So it is to Ireland I invite you to step with me now as I share this news. And I must first get the right location. on my screen. So I'll share a link in the chat, and then I'll also share my screen so that I can talk you through it. What I'm about to share with you is going to change your life forevermore if you choose to engage. So this is and has been on my heart, as I said, for quite some time. It is the Irish Wisdom School. Now, this is a school that I am opening here today. I am expressing into reality through this webinar live. You are my witnesses now. And it is a place where smiling and laughing and having fun and jokes and giggling is totally permitted. And it's going to be a school that is going to grow and expand organically. I'm going to be fully guided by what the school wishes to express and how she wishes to express herself. Because I have asked for permission from Eru herself, Ireland, Eru, to be one of the many voices for her and for these times. So the first program that I'm going to offer is to invite you to walk with me around the 9 spirals of the Irish medicine wheel. So back in 2020, when I was going through this witch awakening, and I was very confused with what was going on with the witches, but the Cailleach witch came in really strongly at that time, like thunder and lightning, and dictated her messages to me, calling on us to be fierce, calling on us to strip away the lies, and calling on us to stand really firmly in that somehow has, I think the Cailleach's messing with us. Could you see that red line that's gone on the screen? I think the Cailleach is having a bit of a laugh there. I don't know how that happened. Can anyone make other magic happen on this? And lots of laughter. But it brought me home to my roots. And I thank the many teachers I have had to help me reconnect and plug back in. Are we going to do some rude drawings on the screen? Help me plug back into my Indigenous roots, and that's what I invite for all of you as well. So it is the Irish medicine wheel. There are many medicine wheels around the world, but the focus here is firmly on Ireland, the island of Ireland. So it's a 9-week program with me as your guide as part of the opening of this space called the Irish Wisdom School. So I'm going to teach it live weekly. We're going to start on the 3rd of September. So that's only 2 weeks' time. So please come and join us if you wish. But let me show you more of what this is about. Oh yes, give me the spirals. Give me the spirals. But we also have a bonus celebration class as well, which happens to fall on Guy Fawkes. And I know someone whose birthday that is on that date, the 5th of November. So this is one of my soul home places of Dingle, and that is the sleeping goddess. It's actually called the dead man on Far Marav, but I like to view him, her as the sleeping goddess. So she is overseeing this as well. So this will be very simply a combination of the Irish myths, but the sacred storytelling in how I have walked with these different goddesses and gods and deities on these places in Ireland. So it's what wants to be expressed through me as that voice, a voice of Ireland. And it's bringing back the oral lore, which is what the myths always were. They were not written down. So they were not held captive almost on the pages. They were allowed to flow and be fluid and to sing and dance and weave as they wished. And there'll also be journeying involved because it's the invitation to connect you with these different energies as well, for you to receive the messages and the medicine. So there is a lot of what this involves. And as I was writing this, actually just this morning, it felt like it's a very dynamic program with a lot of movement in how it's going to be taught. So we will be walking with the 9 different spirals of the medicine wheel. You'll be invited to connect with the different deities, in particular the Firbolg, which are the inhabitants that came before the Tuatha Danann, the shining ones, and to receive the wisdom and, most importantly, ground it in. That's what we're being asked to do more than ever. But I will take you to the sacred sites, just like we went on this journey today in the UK. We will go to each of the 9 sites in Éirú in Ireland. I'll share photos as well so you can connect with the energies and receive the wisdom. We'll walk the 9 seasons. I'll tell you what they are in a minute, and the 9 cardinal directions. So the number 9 came up very prevalently as well. So we'll gather, meet, listen, sing and dance as well, as we so love to do when we're in the land of Éirú. And that is what she welcomes as well as the chief goddess overseeing this. So I've put the link in the chat, but Tar Isteach, that means come inside, come on in, step inside the story of your own becoming. I'll talk you through in brief the curriculum. So classes will be roughly 90 minutes. They will be recorded, and you'll have access to the portal where all the replays will be held. We're going to start, because it starts on the 3rd of September. It is in this time of Lunasa, which is connected to the Grain Mother, Talchu, and that's the southwest of the medicine wheel. And I'll share with you a map that I have drawn as well for you to connect with this journey too. Then Spiral 2 on the 10th is with Macha, who I've just spent 5 days connecting with in the land of Ireland. And she will help us release all that needs to go now so we can connect and rebalance at the time of autumn equinox. She also connects us to the royal codes of Ulster, which was such a Gaelic stronghold in ancient times. Then Spiral 3, we walk towards the northwest, Samhain, which is Celtic New Year. We will celebrate around the fire, and we'll also connect deeply with Clochta. So that is TL, but it's pronounced like a C-L, Clochta. She is ancient. She is of the Firbolg before the Tuatha Danann, and she has lots to share with her earth spear. That's what her name means, earth spear, Clochta. And then we will step towards the north direction of the medicine wheel, which is the time of the darkest time of year at winter solstice. And the Cailleach herself guides us. She might shove and push us in to the darkness of the womb. And this is about the conception, the birthing. What is it you wish to birth into the world? And how would you like to commune with the Cailleach witch? Her place is Loch Crew in Ireland's ancient east, which is an extremely powerful site with many womb tomb monuments and alignments. And the main one that we'll connect with, it's called Cairn T, imaginatively. That is the one that contains her story stone, her equinox stone within, and also her stone throne on the outside. So we connect with all of that. And I call her Her Royal Highness because she deserves that respect from us. She is the true royalty. Then we step into the northeast, Imbolc. Bridget, who came to me so strongly in January last year. So we will continue on with her messages of what she wishes to share now. For she is so strong in the lands of Ireland as well, and has been given finally her dedicated public holiday in Ireland alongside St. Patrick. So we have the two now, the masculine and feminine, being celebrated and honoured in Ireland in Dear Eru. We'll go to her sacred spaces of Cunday Kildara, which is County Kildare in the east of Ireland, just outside Dublin, and commune in her fire temple. We will drink from her sacred wells, and we will ring her sacred bell to call us all back home to the circle. Spiral 6. We're stepping into the east now, and we're emerging more into the light, and Bowen comes forth with her gorgeous maiden motherly energy, and I see her kind of like Eru as well, as that dancing, swirling, cosmic earthen queen. We'll share her stories, which are associated with Newgrange in Ireland's ancient East, which is one of the first places for me that really brought me back home to connect with Ireland and her stories. So her site is called She on Vrue, which is her womb tomb, the place of the fairies, and connecting us to the cosmic Milky Way galaxies and beyond. She's got a lot to share and to nourish us with. And then spiral 7 of 9 is the southeast. This is the place of Queen Maeve. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. She commands that you drink from her golden chalice, to drink her intoxicating mead, her special liquid, and to commune with her at her rath, her fort, which is on the lands of the Hill of Tara. And it's actually tucked away further down than the main area on the Hill of Tara. But we'll go to both, and we'll take a walk around those sites and connect as well with the Leah Fall, the stone of destiny. And I really feel Queen Maeve commands that we do remember, in a way, to forget about the hierarchy now and come back to the circle where we belong. Spiral 8 is the south. Dear Anya, the time of summer solstice, where you will be invited to stand in the center of her stone circle, which is one of the biggest in Ireland. It doesn't mean the biggest is the best, but it is very, very powerful. Very big stones, some of them huge, 40 tons in size, they say. So we'll connect with her energies there, that is aligned to the rising summer solstice sun, but also with her magical, mystical lake of Loch Gur, which has such a beautiful energy, and it invites us to connect to our youth, the timelessness of our soul that has never been the untouched, purest aspect of who we are, in Tirnanog, the land of the forever young. And she's waiting, she's on her red mare, and she is waiting to guide you home. And then spiral 9 is the 9th that connects all the other 8 spirals that we have walked. And that is the center, the very center of the Irish medicine wheel. And that's where Eru waits for you. So all the roads, all the cardinal directions, all the spokes of the wheel lead us to Eru and not to Rome. That's what I was taught in school, that all roads lead to Rome. No, they lead to Eru. And she holds all of these energies within her temple site of Ishnach. So we will go there, and that will be like the integration of the previous 8 spirals as well. And in the spirit of going on this journey and all that you will have experienced and what that will have catalyzed within you, we have to come back together and celebrate. It's just a must. So we'll have a bonus spiral, effectively the 10th spiral, to come back together on the 5th of November to celebrate your journey and wherever you have walked, and perhaps even project a little bit in the future of where you wish to tread. So do you want to hear the really good news? And maybe some of you have already scrolled on in the link I've shared. Your investment, it is worth, well, what is it worth? It is priceless, this information. And it is our duty to share this in a way that's accessible for everyone. So in the spirit of the wealth codes that are coming in and of doing business in new ways, sacred economics, this course is being offered on a donation basis. So you can donate, take your time from your heart, sink into presence, and connect with what you wish your offering to be as you place this in the sacred cauldron of the Irish Wisdom School, the Irish Medicine Wheel, and that you're part of this journey home to your sacred sovereign truth. So you simply click on the link, type in your amount, and feel free to go higher than 333 if you wish. whatever feels right for you. And that is our offering today to launch the Irish Wisdom School. And there's a little poem there about Ireland being the Seanachaí, which is the ancient storyteller. And there I am at the Druid's Seat, which is right by where I grew up in Rathfarnham in Dublin. So thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging about. And thank you for your comments as well. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous messages here. And I'll pop the link in again in case you need it. And let me read some of your comments too. Oh, Michelle, your peaceful warrior is ready to lead a rebellion of joy. Yes, let's do this. Bring back the joy. We are joy activists together in joy. Ina, sharing, thank you so much for this opportunity to walk these ancient lands of our ancestors and deep memories that resonate within my heart. That is beautiful. Rama saying, I love the red line. Yeah. Heather, this is an amazing opportunity. I'm looking forward to the transformation and adventure together. Yes, me too. Me too. Sam, heartfelt appreciation. Bless your generous heart. Oh, Jennifer, you're asking me to read the poem. Okay, I suppose I can. Would you like the whole version? I think that's a gorgeous, gorgeous to close out on, actually. I will close out with the poem. And I know you're asking because I read it at the retreat 2 weeks ago and it felt so powerful. I could feel the power returning in a good way, power with, not power over. Anne-Marie, that looks amazing. Generosity. Thank you, Eva. Special way to bring all the royal goddess journeys full circle. Yes, it really is. Thank you, everyone. It's always a pleasure to share space with you all. It really is. Wonderful journey. Oh, yeah. Christine, you're saying the bonus cave looked like a wolf head. Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love when people see the different shapes in the images as well. Well, yes, that is everything that wishes to be shared from my heart. Yeah, bringing peace to Ireland. And of course, so I'm saying Ireland and it's our lands, let's play with the words here. It's everywhere. We're sending these ripples out across the earth so that there is no war. It's a thing of the past. People are healed, people are whole, and people are safe to be the fullest expression of who they are. So it really is peace activism at its core. Thank you, Anne. Special opportunity. I love your powerful poem. Okay, well, how about then I lead you out with the poem. And actually, I'll call up the whole poem here. Okay, are we ready? With all that has been shared, allow that to be released now and transmuted into the land on this great, full, pregnant, round, full moon of Aquarius. It's a super moon, isn't it? And that Ireland can share her voice freely now. It is safe for her to speak. And she says that Ireland is the Seanachaí. She is the ancient storyteller. And her soul story is held within her island, cosmic and eternal. Cradled within the fertile soils of her boglands, held safe within her hills and mountains. Every rocky outcrop of her rugged coastline holds her story within the landscape of her very being. Stones as story keepers, rivers as wisdom weavers that flow into her wild oceans, to be carried as timeless memories around our earth. Trees as our ancient ancestors that used to walk the land along with us, the first peoples. Earth, air, fire, and water created her and are her elemental foundations, spirited, divine, grounding, nourishing, and wildly expressive. For her stories are whispered in the breath of her winds that blow through you now, magical, delirious, and mystical. And she warms and soothes you as you sit by her fires of remembrance. But she aches for her stories to be told now, for her yarns to be regaled, for she gifts us these abilities when we would slow down and listen to her, to all that she is so generously wanting to share with each one of us through our roots and blended with our unique experiences, dropped in through our crown to be her human conduit, her messenger for these times that we're in, but also our legacy. For each one of our stories continue to weave and live on, even when we too have passed this mortal body and returned to the land. For our soul stories contain so much wisdom. And so we gather here today at this time of Lunasa from all around the globe. Northern, southern hemispheres connected, our hearts connected too. And it makes sense that our land, the land where we have our feet currently planted, is also the Seanachaí. So what is your story, dear Seanachaí? What is living within you that is aching to be expressed? For you are the Seanachaí of your own life. Thank you. Thank you for asking me to read that. It feels very powerful to speak her words and to share them with you all today. It has been my honor to share and walk with you And honestly, thank you for showing up here live in the midst of what you have to do in your day and who you are. So thank you. And please do join us if you feel called. This is the opportunity to reconnect with you as Seanachaí, as the ancient storyteller that you are, and to sing your soul song freely once again. So much love. I love seeing you all. You can unmute if you want and say goodbye. And for those watching the replay, so much love.
Love you, Eimear.
Love you too, Rama.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Big hugs to you all.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Beams of light and joy.
So much joy.
Come sing and dance.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
all soon. Bye.